You know, when it is Tuesday, it's the Raw Leadership Talk. And we are glad to join up with you today in this Raw Leadership Talk. Brought to you live from the Africa Center for Public Speaking. And today we are glad to be joined by Livingstone Makori, the CEO of Korea Corporate Academy. This wonderful discussion that we're going to have today. I want to hope that you will be able to enjoy in this discussion. Where are you joining us from? We're glad to hear from you. You can tune in. We are live on YouTube on my Dan Mugera's channel, on my timeline, and also on LinkedIn. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to log in and connect with us in this interactive discussion. Where are you watching us from? In a few minutes, we will begin the discussion today. Raw Leadership Talk, brought to you live from the Africa Center for Public Speaking. And today, the topic of our discussion is the 21st century graduates and the job market. You don't want to miss this. You can connect, you can call your friends and tell them, come. Join up in this particular discussion. Thank you very much. Talk to us and tell us where you are tuning in from. Livingstone, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Dan.
Maybe you can tell us a bit about yourself for the sake of our viewers.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. My name is Livingstone Makori. As Dan has just mentioned, I call myself a conversation starter. We have just started a conversation on career. I'm not an expert, but I also have some information, and by sharing, we get to learn from each other. So officially, when I'm at my work, I work as in bank assurance. I do insurance. When I'm free, I support young people to understand more about career. Not really me supporting them, but I work with so many people, more than now a team of 100 professionals who support. So myself is a conversational starter, just starting the conversation, then we have each and every one of us contributing. So I'm glad to be here today. Dan had mentioned the CEO. I'm not yet the CEO. I'm the conversation starter. I'll start. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to have you here today.
Yeah.
The Raw Leadership Talk. For those who are tuning in, you can tell your friends to connect with us on YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and also my timeline. But also I'm informed that the discussion is going on live on the Africa Center for Public Speaking page and also Dan Mugera's page on Facebook. Maybe to start us off, Livingstone, what is the importance of academic papers or certification for the 21st century graduate?
Wow, thank you very much, Dan. And I want to start this. I usually speak to very many students through now the conversation we started through Corporate Career Academy. And much of my discussion with the student, I just start by example. If you meet 10 people in the market, you won't know who has a degree, who has a diploma, unless you have given them an opportunity to do something or you have asked them. You may not be able to tell who has a degree, who doesn't. Mm-hmm. If you walk down street now, you meet people of different knowledge. So yes. Papers per se are there to help you where they are needed. But again, life has to continue whether you have papers or not. So the degree is very important. And then here we come to differentiate between a degree and your career. We have seen very many people who did a degree in a given area, they are doing a different role. So there's a very big difference. And
Yes.
probably this is one of the things we want students to understand, that your degree is different from your career.
Mm-hmm.
You could have done a degree in a given area, you start your career in another area. So it's
Yeah.
very important to have papers, because papers show that you are certified, papers show that you have committed time to do something, and
Mm-hmm.
papers can give you room to attend the interview. So once you go to the interview room, then the other things will fall into place. So papers are very, very important
Mm-hmm.
for 21st century graduates. But again, other than that, we'll discuss the other things you need to have so that those papers now make meaning.
Wonderful, wonderful discussion. But I like the point that you have brought it out very clearly there, that it's important for people to understand that their degree is not their career. Maybe you want to
Yes.
substantiate more about
Mhm.
that, but because most people are confused, that most
Mhm.
of them they think their degree, what
Mhm.
they went to school to study, it is
Mhm.
actually their career.
Yes, that's true. I have just had a discussion with the students of Technical University of Mombasa, of Kenya. Just had a discussion this evening. And then when you look at them, you ask them, I'm doing engineering. So where do you see yourself? I see myself working for Kenya Power and all that. So one of the things we need to realize, that there's a difference between your degree and your career. Career is something you do, a profession you run, and which you'll keep on. And the careers keep on changing depending on interest, depending on experience. I want to
Mhm,
give a tip, for example, of somebody who left a job as an engineer. The first
mhm,
job you get is a sales job. You are able to learn on the sales job, and through that sales job, you now become a market and you like it. So your
mhm,
degree, your papers, let me not use the word degree, your paper, either it's a certificate, a diploma, whichever paper you have acquired, doesn't mean it's useless, because the knowledge you get in college will help you even to live with people, because you have known how even to meet deadlines, to do cuts. Those are very
mhm.
important learning skills. But now when you come to your career or your profession, it's now what you are actively involved in and where you are pushing to grow. So we really like to let even our young people understand the fact that you have done education doesn't mean you have to become a teacher.
Yes.
You could end up being a CEO of a company, and somebody who did maybe a course in management ends up being a teacher. So the route you take after you got those papers is the most important route. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Mohammed Abdi says, Hi, Livingstone and Dan. I'm glad to be part of this session. Welcome very much, Mohammed Abdi. Livingstone, are many Kenyan graduates ready to work, or they simply present their papers,
Then
certification? Are people so proud of their certification rather than really getting prepared to work? What do you think?
our Kenyan graduates are not ready to work, and that's why we are really passionate about the conversation around career. They are not ready to work because of so many factors. So many
Hmm.
factors, in the sense that how do you choose a course? That's the first thing to start with. You
Yes.
find most of us will choose a course because my parents told me do this course, so they are doing it because of the parent. Some
Yes.
will choose a course because they passed in a given area. For example, you chose engineering because you are good in mathematics, but doesn't mean you'll be a good engineer. You
Yes.
chose medicine because you scored a first, maybe an A plane in your subject. So it doesn't mean you'll be a good engineer than somebody who didn't, maybe a doctor. So it
Hmm.
starts from, how do we choose our courses? How do we choose our programs to study? Are students guided correctly when they are choosing their courses? And the answer is no, because
Hmm.
many of them don't even understand what they are doing. Not
Yes.
only students, even people who are working, you ask them what's your next way forward, they don't even understand where they are moving, because they look at the work they are doing, the courses they have done, there's no linkage. So one of the conversations we want to start is, how do we make our young people, right from primary school, secondary school, understand their interests, understand what they are good at, understand what the market is asking for, so that they are able to choose something they'll be passionate about. And again,
Hmm.
passion is just like the disciples of Jesus Christ. So
Hmm.
Jesus Christ had disciples. Some of them, he got them from different places. And this is what we are doing. You go to a university and you find they are doing different courses. Some of them may never have chosen them. And we take them like the disciples of Jesus Christ, who came to Jesus with
Hmm.
different fields. Somebody was a fisherman, another one was this one. But now their profession has become missionary. And
Hmm.
Jesus has to take them through missionary. Now, This is what is required in missionary. You have to do this, you have to do this, you have to leave your family and focus on this. So that's one
Mhm.
of the things we are asking these young people. Now you have found yourself, you are doing this course. Maybe you chose it or you didn't choose it. They now need to get a Jesus who is a professional in the industry to guide them so that they have also some understanding. Where does this profession take me? What is the future of this profession? What am I supposed to do other than my course? Because it's not all
Mhm.
about the papers. What else do I need to do? So our graduates are not ready for the job market. I dare to repeat again because of those main factors. The other thing is these
Mhm.
professionals are not available for them. Imagine when we were growing up, even when I was growing up until maybe I've done my degree, I rarely met some few people who could, in my industry, who could guide me. So
Yes.
if professionals, if we have to make good career choices, then professionals have to leave their comfort zone and create time to nurture this talent so that
Yes.
they also be able to guide them and tell them, if you have chosen this profession, probably you now need to learn to sleep late. You need to
Yes.
learn to avoid this and this. It also even shapes their character professionally, and their mind is shaped on what am I supposed to do as I even go to this career? How do I even dress? For example,
Mhm.
if you are somebody in marketing, you need to know how marketers dress. And a marketer has
Yes.
to come out and tell the students, if you want to choose this area of marketing, these are the strengths, these are the challenges, and if you have to succeed, this is where I failed. Then by doing so, then we are able to prepare our youth for the job market. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful discussion we are having here. Thank you, Chess Chapman. Dr. Paul Karaoke says, excellent show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's engage in this particular discussion. You could be having a question that you want to ask Livingstone or you want to ask us. We'll be more than ready to respond to your question. Our topic today is the 21st century graduates and the job market. And Livingstone, what or who are career influencers then? What or who are the career influencers?
So there's so many career influencers, and this is where the problem starts and ends. So
Mhm.
career influencers, one could be the parents. Parents influence a lot what their children do. I dare tell people, my father may not be able to know exactly what I do because he never influenced my choice of career. There are
Yes.
parents who influence. Parents have a very strong way of influencing career, and some positively. You have seen families where everybody's a lawyer and they are doing very well.
Mhm.
Also, friends have a very strong influence on where somebody goes for a career. Some students will tell you, I chose this career because my friend told me, let us do this course. Probably we may end up working together. The other
Yes.
influencers could be neighbors. Of course, people have seen a neighbor is successful, and the way people measure success is maybe the type of car you are driving, the type of house you have, and people
Mhm.
think that is a success.
It's
So,
called the 1, 2, 3, 4 vision. Yeah, of
yes.
one wife, 2 children, 3 bedroom
Mhm.
house, and a 4 wheel
Mhm.
drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they look at it and say, this guy is very successful. When I grow up, I also wish to be like this person. Of course, others will be influenced by their dreams and the people, even the name they were given when they were growing. When I was growing up, my father used to call me doctor. Even now, I believe it. Sometimes he called me doctor because I'm Dr. Livingstone. So
Uh-huh.
I also wanted to be one of them, and I still have that ambition to become a doctor, so that also my father can feel good. Finally, you have met to where you are supposed to be. So that would also
Mhm.
be an influencer. But the people I consider to be the right influencers are the mentors.
Mhm.
If students are, for example, a parent will tell you, I want you to be a lawyer because they have seen and thought lawyers are very successful. They have an uncle whom they think they are very successful, not knowing they are not successful because of the course they have done. Probably
Mhm.
there are so many things that could make somebody successful. So all these people may not have a very good impact. Even your brother, he may not.
Yes.
Somebody will tell you, like now, you get somebody, a student tells you, if you become a lawyer, you'll make more money. But that's not the case. There are lawyers who are not making money. So,
Sure.
but if we have mentors, a mentor is somebody who has gone through the program, through the tests, who have failed, especially
Mhm.
those who have failed. Then they are able to come and tell you, here, this is what you need to do. I see your interest and I see how you are passionate about this thing. The best thing I think for you is to do one, two, three. So based on that, the mentor is able to build even confidence of this person, give them the realistic expectation so that as they run their course, they are able to grow faster. I remember when I was leaving college and I'd done a degree in insurance and risk management. At the back of my mind, I thought I'll become a manager because I've done management. That's not the case. That's the name of the course. So if you get a mentor, he'll tell you this is the time I spent within this program. I made some few mistakes in between. At some point, maybe I started business, it's failed. What happens? If you are in this profession, you may not want some side shows like this. So don't do this, don't do this. I made this one, I made a mistake. If students are able to pick mentors right from the beginning, then it helps them to even choose their career well, and they are well prepared in their mind. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Dr. Paul Karaoke is asking, are curriculums at institutions of higher learning preparing graduates to compete effectively in the marketplace? What do you think, as a person who works with many universities and students, leaders and students of many universities, do you think curriculums at institutions of higher learning prepare graduates to compete effectively in the marketplace?
I've been involved in curriculum development, especially higher learning institutions. I think from 2015, I get some universities asking me to give my contribution towards what needs to be done and what program need to be offered. I believe the level of bureaucracy we have, especially for public universities, the knowledge students are getting is not relevant completely. It's not relevant. But for some private universities, which we don't want to mention them because I'm not marketing them, they have also known how the market is moving. Because again, it's all about the dynamism of the job market. How dynamic is the job market? So the curriculum you see in most universities maybe was prepared some 5 years ago. Between 5 years and today, so many things have changed. Even you can tell yourself, between yesterday and today, so many things have changed. So one of the things we also want to see, and again, look at it. Our lecturers, probably most of them could have done score first class, go do a master's, start teaching. Them, they may not even have the hands-on experience to be able to guide those candidates. So universities, what they are doing is to ensure that students are able to pass, but also it's very important because again, knowledge is not all about getting the relevance. Provided you have the knowledge is transferable. So if a student is able to capture this, they can transfer the same knowledge. But what I encourage more of universities is, can we be able to have some form of collaborations? Let me tell you, Dan, I go to some universities, and when you have a discussion with the students, they tell you, for the last maybe since I joined this college, I've never met somebody talk to me about career and what's expected of me. And that's a big problem. Universities may not have a budget for that. Some have done it so well. So what I used to urge those universities, can also set up a budget for this so that you can even invite somebody. If it's a student doing accounting, invite maybe an accountant to come just and share with them what are the experiences, what is the expectation. But again, I also ask and what the motto I call under the conversation we started through Corporate Career Academy, what is our corporate career responsibility? Managers will be sitting in the office and they're expecting universities to prepare good students. And actually, even them, when they left college, they were not good. It took somebody's effort to train them. So I throw it back to the people there, those who can serve as mentors. Can we go back to colleges? Can we go back to students? Can we create time and engage these young people? Because we are leaving these jobs for them. What kind of generation do you expect to be left doing this job if they are not well guided on what is supposed to be done? Yeah, so I could say curriculum development is something that needs to be done faster. But again, students also have to be agile to be able to learn. For example, I tell students, you
I've lost there, Livingstone, but I hope he will be able to connect soon. Wonderful discussion here we are having on the 21st century graduates and the job market. And we are together with Livingstone Makori, the founder of Corporate Career Academy, an institution that works a lot with universities across Kenya. Handling career programs that enable students to get exposed in the whole aspect of understanding their career, developing their careers, and becoming better in their careers. So wonderful discussion we're having. We have lost Livingstone there, but I'm sure he's going to join us in a moment from now. I don't know what is your thinking as far as careers are concerned in the 21st century, and how can the 21st century graduates develop their skills to match the 21st century demands? And I think that is the same question that Dr. Paul Karaoke had asked in another way. In other words, our curriculum at institutions of higher learning preparing graduates to compete effectively in the marketplace. And Livingstone was telling us that there is a gap, there is a problem. Here you have the university, you have the students, but at the same time, you have people who are in the corporate ladder who are asking for experience from the graduates, yet at the same time, when they were graduating, they didn't have any experience. They didn't have any experience. So it becomes difficult unless the people who are already working, the corporate people, decide to go back to the university to become mentors to the students so that at the end of the day, we can have well cooked graduates who are ready to work. Livingstone, I can see you are back. Sorry for that.
Sorry, yeah. So what I was mentioning, Dan, and you have mentioned it rightly. Unless we set that time, then let me take an example of when you are going for circumcision. For those who go through rites of passage,
yes,
that's where the uncles will come and tell you what's the expectation and all that. Traditions help there. The same thing should happen around career development, and I think that's something that can be done. Of course, I also wish to see students who are more actively looking for more knowledge. Of course, our students have become bookwormers, which may not be able to helpful, or again, things that can be able to move very fast. So I'll wish to ask them, create time and get to learn what's happening in my industry. Have a LinkedIn profile and have a friend on LinkedIn whom you can ask what is expected of me. And of course, many people are okay. Dan, even me and you, we knew each other through LinkedIn.
Yes.
You know people through LinkedIn. Many of the speakers I get, the subject matter speaker, we find them through LinkedIn, we find them through Facebook. So if they are also able to use their social media well, they can as well get mentors from these areas. Like now, this is a wonderful time we are having this discussion. A student who is tuned will be able to learn and learn and learn. But again, to parents, again, the other thing could be again to parents that are we also supporting students to get the right mentors? You could be interested your child to do this program. Could you kindly find somebody who has done it and maybe link them with the student so that they can be able to give them the practical aspect? For you, you may be liking the course because of the name, because of the flamboyance that comes with the course, because of what you see as being successful. But if you try link this student and they are able to learn from those who have gone before them, then it becomes the best way to grow career-wise. Sorry.
I hear you, and I think there is a need for students themselves, as you say, to be assertive and look for mentors. I guess the 21st century students also expect a lot to be given to them, and they are not very practical in looking for people who could help them. And as I've said, they have become bookwormers and they don't want to expand their knowledge beyond just what they're learning at the university. And then, boom, they realize graduation is here and we don't have the necessary requisite skills that could enable us move to the next level. Livingstone, as we wind up this discussion, what will be your parting shot on this topic of the 21st century graduates? I know next week we'll be continuing with part 2. On Thursday, we'll be doing the same in Kiswahili, so you can tune in and get to connect with the same discussion in Swahili. But then, what will be your parting shot today?
The world is fast changing. When I was growing up, when I was in class 6 to be specific, I saw the phone for the first time. And the phone changed a lot of things. The phone changed a lot of things, including it meant that I cannot be sent to deliver money to a neighbor. The neighbor will receive money through M-Pesa. The phone has changed so many things, that in the sense that when you used to have Harambee, people used to sit down. Nowadays, people open their WhatsApp group, they create an Harambee, and within a very short time, things have been done. So technology is moving very fast, and we also need to look at it how careers are changing. Knowledge is transferable. Where can you best use your skills? And when you look at the technology, you don't even need to go to the university to learn. You can learn these skills online, provided you have interest and you create time. So what I will also want to urge even parents who are listening to us, teachers, and even students who are listening to us, be on the watch out what is happening in your area, what is happening, what are the new things, so that you can also be able to work and become relevant. And again, don't focus your interest. What's happening globally? What's happening in Japan, China? What's happening in America? Where is that career moving to? Because technology is transferable, it will be obsolete. Some courses will become obsolete, like now data entry courses, they have become obsolete. If you want to become a secretary for somebody, those jobs are becoming, they are diminishing in number. So you need to look at where is technology moving and what do I need to enhance with the knowledge I have so that I become relevant in my area.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll wrap it right there. But don't miss part 2 of this discussion next Tuesday on the 21st century graduates and the job market. Now you know, if you have tuned in today, you can share this broadcast with your friends and encourage them to tune in next week. But we're going to have the same discussion on Thursday this week and Thursday next week in our sister broadcast, Nasaa za Uongozi in Swahili. May God bless you and see you next time. In the World Leadership Talk, brought to you to the Africa Center for Public Speaking, and today in partnership with Corporate Career Academy. Thank you very much.